It's no secret, I've been a fan of virtual reality for a long time. I mean, do I need to say anything else? Like, I have a YouTube channel where I talk to faceless strangers about how much I love VR. That's the level of nerd I have devolved into when it comes to VR games and VR tech. Anyway, I used to fantasize about virtual reality as a kid, and in particular when I watched shows like Dot Hack or Sword Art Online, they just resonated with me. It's always been something that has interested me for reasons beyond my comprehension. So when I would play my favorite MMOs growing up like World of Warcraft, I'd think to myself, man, the world of Azeroth is such a cool place. It'd be even cooler if I could be in Azeroth. To be physically transported to the world of magic and monsters. And though I still can't be in Azeroth, there are other ways to scratch that itch of transporting yourself to a different world. There have been only a couple VR MMOs that have been released so far with mixed results, but Zenith is the only one that has caught my eye so far. This past week, it became available for early access on Steam, and I couldn't wait to give it a try and see what it would be like to find myself in an open world fantasy universe inside virtual reality. And I can't say that I was disappointed. Zenith is impressive, really impressive. Sure, the graphics aren't great, there's definitely nothing to write home about, and there's still some clunkiness in the mechanics, and sure, maybe it still needs a bit more polish, but think about what exactly is possible now. Even from just a few years ago, we went from being able to play virtual reality games or play MMOs, and now we can do both at the same time. And when you see another player in game, you can just simply wave at them now. No keyboards, no typing, no push to talk needed. What a time to be alive. I have to admit, my first instinct, no matter how hard I tried to fight it, was to find a keyboard to begin typing out a message, but you don't have to do that anymore. Just smile and wave. You're not looking at other people's player models. Well, I mean, technically you are, but behind them, there's a real breathing human being. But I mean, physically, you can see their movements, how their hands move, how their heads turn, and if they're looking at you, you will know it. You can see the person controlling them, that is, if that makes any sense. It's such an incredible and amazing feeling to experience in VR, and I have to say, I don't know if you guys are going to ever see me again, because this is kind of all I want to do now. So like if I disappear, it's probably because I was assimilated into the Matrix. I'll be honest, this isn't a fluff piece. There's plenty of problems with this game, but it is still in early access, and Ramen VR, the developers behind it, I can say definitively are on the right track. As long as they keep troubleshooting glitches and bugs and polish some of the latency issues in the game, Zenith will be a premier VR MMO title for a long time to come. Also, did I mention you can fly? Yeah, like just straight up, you can fly through the air. Just T-pose in midair and you just start gliding. It's amazing. I'd buy the game a second time, even if it meant just flying around all over the place. No joke, it's just, I don't know, there's something thrilling about it. Maybe because, you know, we can't really fly in real life, but anyway, it's amazing. Source, dude, just trust me. While there were a few areas in the main city I couldn't travel to where I started, I very much enjoyed being able to go anywhere I wanted to. If you see it, you can go there. You can free climb, zip line, and fly your way to any area in this game. If you see it in the open world, you can go stand on it, which is amazing, like actually amazing, because there's still a lot of desktop MMOs today that still don't even do that. And I'm an explorer and conqueror by nature when I play MMOs or any open world game, so if like I see a village, I have to raid and pillage it and burn it to the ground because, no, I'm kidding. I just like to walk around places, and this game lets you do exactly that as much as you want. Seriously though, every part of this game tickled the nerd part of my brain that loves VR themed alternate realities like Sword Art Online, and it was just making my nerd senses go off. The theme of the game kind of honestly loosely reminded me of like a sci-fi cyberpunk-esque mixed with a fantasy tone, like think Phantasy Star Online with more fantasy elements, or like Final Fantasy VII-esque, which I mean immediately just makes the nostalgia kick like a mule. Except I don't remember floating basil plants in Final Fantasy VII for some reason. Speaking of Basil, Ramen VR has implemented a fantastic cooking simulator minigame inside Zenith. It definitely feels very much like an abridged version to cooking, but honestly it was an insane amount of fun. There were some funky letters and stuff because bugs, I am assuming, but also why is this milk black? Why does cooked milk turn into a black ball? I have a lot of questions and no answers. I am not only confused, but also concerned. But no, seriously, the cooking was really, really fun. Again, this is one of those features that is so cash money. I definitely log in just to cook in my free time on this awesome cooking minigame. The combat, while not mind-blowing or next level, is still pretty fun and fresh. In particular, and bear in mind I didn't try the other class yet, which is Battlemaster, but I played an Essence Mage, and the magic casting in this game is a ton of fun to do because it's all gesture and input based, meaning you have to physically cast the spells, which is wildly different from almost any other VR game, at least that I have played, that has magic in it. It was a bit confusing at first, but I'm also smooth brain with ADD who doesn't listen very well, so I may have not listened to the tutorial, which you should absolutely do. You should listen to the tutorial. But once you got the hang of it, it was pretty intuitive, you know, once I figured out how it worked. At one point, Sol and I wound up teaming up with a stranger to help one another clear what appeared to be Zenith's version of a dungeon, and I think that was by far the most fun I had in this game. Working together with other people to accomplish a common goal in VR is massively underrated. I said it in my Iron Wolf VR video, but I'll say it again. Everything else pales in comparison to working like a unit with other people to achieve something.
This is kind of easy.
That's because I'm
Unless
healing
I'm
you.
getting healed. Oh, thank you. Mister, I won't heal you.
Because I'm just blocking all his attacks.
Hold on, I can give him, what's it called? The thing. In a minute. Okay.
I like how you're healing them, but I can't get anything either.
Oh shit, I didn't, bro. Okay, sorry, my bad, homie.
You.
Oh, a tear.
You're trying to sabotage me. You
No,
are.
no, I swear.
There was a special event in there as well, which generated waves of enemies to defeat, like a mini horde mode, and that was a lot of fun as well, and actually pretty difficult, but I was also underleveled and undergeared, so that might have been part of the reason why.
Fire finger guns.
Doesn't say you are.
I
And
don't
what?
see your hands on fire.
Well, you're.
Man, I'm still just amazed that this is the timeline we live in. Virtual reality is definitely going in the right direction, and Zenith is proof of that. Forget that we can just strap a toaster to our face and get transported to a completely different world. We can now do it with our friends and strangers and connect with people online in virtual reality in a persistent world. People from all over the world, different ethnicities, cultures, religions, backgrounds. It never ceases to amaze me. Despite all the craziness this world has to offer sometimes, I just never stop being awestruck by how far virtual reality technology has come, and just how much farther it is going to go within our lifetimes alone. That's all I have for you today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to do all that YouTube stuff with the button pushing and smash liking and notification belling, all that, because it really, really does help me fight that beast of a YouTube algorithm. And it's free and it takes like 2 seconds, so I'm not asking anymore. Do it. But yeah, everyone definitely needs to try out Zenith. It is amazing. Get it, do all the things, do it right now, do the stuff. I'm gonna get out of here. I got some Essence Maging to do. I love each and every one of you beautiful Father Muckers. Gramsy.